Tyrant's Realm. This game has a parry, so it makes it into parry review. Another game that I judged by its cover, and it turned out to be good, because I looked at the graphics for this game before I ever played it, and I thought, who made this PlayStation 2 game? Turns out it's a really solid Soulslike. It has a dodge, it has block, it has parry. I think it even has a perfect dodge, but I've only managed to do that successfully once. And I don't know if there's any benefits to doing perfect dodge, other than just the game goes slow motion. Whereas when you perfect parry, the enemy gets staggered, and you might break his posture, which would then allow you to perform an execution, which instantly kills the enemy. Now on to the parry. If you block at the last moment before an attack hits you, instead of blocking, you parry. You can parry melee attacks, but not ranged projectiles, so you can't parry long-range attacks like arrows and stuff. When you parry, the enemy will be staggered, and sometimes his posture will break. You know his posture broke because the enemy will glow yellow. If he glows yellow and you press the light attack button, you'll perform an execution and instantly kill the enemy. Now here's the problem, which isn't even that bad because of the game's mechanics. You cannot parry bosses. You can block bosses and you can dodge them, but you cannot parry a boss's attacks. Which means that you also can't stagger bosses. So when you fight a boss, you kind of just like have to keep your distance, run away from them. Sprinting is really good in this game. Like, sprinting can sometimes be better than dodging when it comes to like putting distance between you and your enemy. Part of me wishes that you could parry bosses because I love parrying, but it also makes bosses like this unique. It makes bosses more unique in the sense that you have to take them seriously, more so than regular enemies, because regular enemies you can parry them, so it's kind of like you don't have to be afraid of them at all, whereas with the bosses, well, you can't parry them, so you have to like dodge, stay away from them, and then you can only attack when there's a proper opening, a clear opening. Whereas with regular enemies, you can force an opening by parrying, thereby making the regular enemies way less threatening and much more easy to deal with. But I'm liking this game. I'm liking it more than 9 Treasures of Liu Jin. I'm liking it more than Sworn. This game is just very straightforward and really easy to play. Not in the sense of difficulty, the game is not easy. It's just that the game like wants you to pick it up and play it. It's just a very playable game, and that's something a lot of games aren't getting right. After Crystalla, this has been my other favorite game. It actually has less jank because the game is so low maintenance that it was just, you can tell that optimizing this game is less cumbersome than optimizing other games that have lots of more mechanics and little systems. So on the parry metric, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Normally I would give it a 7, but again, you can't parry bosses. And even though that does make the game more challenging, this is parry reviews. We like parrying. It'd be cool if we could parry the bosses, so we're just gonna leave it at a 6.5 on the parry metric. And on the fun and enjoyment scale, 7. 7 out of 10, maybe even a 7.5. I have to keep playing the game a little bit, but you know, so far I've made it to the second boss. I'm still having fun and enjoying the game. And I'm not planning on dropping the game, so that's really good news. Usually for other games, by the time I get to the second or third boss, I'm kind of done with the game, and I already know if I'm gonna keep playing or not. But for this game, I'm gonna keep playing it, so that's really good news. So thanks for watching, take care, and enjoy.